anything, but man, I cannot imagine, uh, going deep with that game because do you know much about that game?
Not a ton, but I did have one roommate who's super, super, super into it, and it basically became his life, bro.
Exactly. And that was kind of what I wanted to talk about was I can't really see myself getting into a game like that because what happens with Destiny raids is especially for like day one raids, which is like this whole like deal. It's like a whole status thing of everybody figuring out like the day one raid and everything and having no guide or anything.
Hmm.
And basically every single time it takes up like the entire day. And I don't just mean like, oh, they'll do like a couple hours here, a couple hours there. No, they'll sit down at their computer, open up Destiny, and they will play that raid for 8 hours. And
Hmm.
then they'll finish, and then they'll be like, "Oh, what a raid!" And I'm like, "How? How do you even have the stamina to play for 8 hours? Like, 2 hours is enough to drain me."
True.
It's just insane. And like again, not to like shame them for that
No.
because I mean everybody has the thing that they, dump so much time of their life into and really at the end of the day, like, all towers get swallowed in the sea eventually and it just
Hmm.
depends on whether or not, you use those experiences to build yourself as a person or build up other people and building those connections and everything. And that can happen in Destiny, that can happen in your job, that can happen in whatever hobby that you have. It's just the difference is whether or not you share it, whether or not you find out how to make your light shine through that thing in particular.
All towers swallow up in the sea eventually, man. That's it's deep stuff. It's true. I mean, the well of opportunity for a particular thing is going to eventually dry up, like one day at a time, one drop at a time. Because even me getting back into streaming, it's a completely different ballgame. It's a completely different landscape, even if it feels somewhat similar. It feels wildly different, to be honest with you. Doing a stream and starting with the scripture was unheard of for me, but now it just, I'm doing it as a way to extend the best parts of myself that I want to show out in the world instead of trying to fit like some mold. So that
Yeah,
might
for
ruffle
sure.
some feathers, that might not, but it's just yeah, dude. I literally had a roommate, and this is just one of those funny jokes. I'll just keep telling people, but like we had this roommate that we literally didn't use the TV like the whole semester because he literally like play different people's Destiny accounts and then he just reset them. And dude, he was making like $50 an hour at some points. Usually not. Usually like 20. But he wasn't doing any other job. He was just playing Destiny and making pretty decent money. And it was really funny though because we literally didn't use that TV literally the entire semester. Like we would sometimes use other TVs, but he's always on that TV. And he's a really good guy though. Don't get me wrong. But it's just yeah, it's what you said. You don't have to spend that much time in a tower, and because eventually the tower will go down.